get started, you'll need double pointed needles and a circular needle of the same size. I'm using size 8s, a stitch marker, tape measure, yarn of your choice. I've chosen Loops and Threads Snuggly Wuggly in fresh green, and this is a 5-ounce yarn. So you're going to take your circular needles and you're going to cast on 88 stitches. So you can use whatever cast on you like. I prefer the long tail. So once you have your 88 stitches on your needle, you can wrap up whatever yarn you have left over from your cast on. You're going to put your marker on, and you're just going to do a one by one rib of knit and purl for 8 rounds. So you just start knitting and purling. Once you've done your 8 rows of a 1 by 1 rib, then you're just going to knit one plain row all the way around. After that plain row, you're going to do an increase row. So you're going to knit 2, and then you're going to increase. And what we're going to do is by picking up the bar in the middle and then knitting through the back. That's how we're going to do our increases. So you knit 2, pick up the bar in between your 2 stitches, and then knit through the back. Knit 2, pick up the bar in between your stitches, knit through the back, and then you just repeat that all the way across, and you'll end up with 132 stitches. After you've done your increase round and you have 132 stitches, you're just going to knit until your hat measures 5 inches from the cast on edge. Once you've got the 5 inches of plain stockinette to your hat, then you're going to start placing your stitch markers. So every 12 stitches, you're going to add a stitch marker all the way around for this row. Just continue knitting, and for every 12 stitches, then you're going to place a marker until you get back around to the beginning. Now that you've placed all your markers, now it's time to do the decrease round. So you're going to slip your beginning marker, you're going to knit up to the last 2 stitches before the stitch marker. So once you have the 2 stitches before the stitch marker, then you're going to slip. This will be your decrease. So you're going to do the slip, slip. Then you're going to bring your left needle to the front of both of them, and you're going to knit them. And that's your decrease. And then you're going to repeat that all the way around. So then you'll slip your marker and then knit up to the 2 stitches before your next marker. Then you're going to slip, slip, put your left needle in the first loop of the 2, and then you're going to knit them together, slip your marker, and continue all the way across. So after you've done your decrease round, then you're going to repeat it every other row until you only have 11 stitches remaining altogether. So now this would just be a plain knit row. And as you begin to decrease and you get less and less stitches, you're going to have to start moving to double pointed needles. And at any point when it starts getting tight, just start transferring them over. So just do the decreases every other row. We've moved to double pointed needles and now you're down to this part. So now this is probably our final decrease row. So what you're going to do is you're going to start dropping all your stitch markers off, just because now they're getting too close together and we don't need them anymore. So here we're going to, since we're just down to the last 2 before the stitch marker, we're going to do our slip, slip knit, and then drop our stitch marker. Then knit 1, last 2, slip, slip, knit. So once we get down to our last bit, then we're just going to do a slip, slip, knit all the way around. So just start from the beginning and just keep the decreases going. We're going to do one more round of slip slip knit. And now you have 6 stitches left. You're going to make a small little tail, cut your yarn. Then you're going to thread your yarn on a needle. Then you're going to pick up all the stitches off of your needles. And then you're going to pull tight, thread the yarn down the center of the hat. Then turn it inside out. I like to make a knot right after you drawstring all of them. You can finish off your hats however you do them. Then just pick up some bars underneath the hat to weave in the tail. Then just trim it. Then that's the top of your hat. Then you're going to do the same thing with your cast on yarn. You're just going to thread that onto your needle and finish off your edge here, and then that's your hat. I hoped you liked the hat and it was easy to follow and you try it out. I'll see you for the next video. Thank you for watching.